Hello, Charlie.
Hello.
What is unconscious bias and why is it so important for individuals and organisations to understand it?
So unconscious bias is, as it sounds, it's how we react to certain people in certain situations that we're not aware of, hence unconscious bias, and how this might be seen as negative by the people we're reacting to, or indeed the group we're in. There's sort of dynamics going on that you might not be aware of why you're behaving as you're behaving. So unconscious bias training is really helpful and actually absolutely fascinating, because we start digging into the biases that we all naturally have, and there is a physiological and sociological reason for those, which we very briefly go into and begin to understand why we do respond to people who are different to us, basically, and that could be different on any measure at all. But given that in a workplace you're going to work much better as an individual and as a team and as an organisation if people understand each other and can be themselves as much as possible, then any unconscious bias that's happening could interrupt that and make teams less effective, make you less effective as an individual. And so unconscious bias training we make as practical, interactive as possible, and really talk about real live examples of where perhaps unconscious bias has shown up. And everybody, if they're honest, and we do get people to be honest, will have come across situations where they've been biased for or against somebody or a team or a situation, and just need to understand why. And the reason is that we're all making decisions, all the time, and this perhaps comes up in recruiting, promotions, how you deal with people in your team. So it's important that you understand what's going on for you, and therefore, because you're conscious of it now, you can make sure that your decisions aren't swayed by these biases that you might have.
And who do you think will benefit from attending this workshop?
So I think anybody, but that's more general. I suspect team leaders, managers, leaders particularly, but in the workplace it can show up anywhere, anytime. So actually the more awareness we all have of this, the more we can bring it out of the unconscious into the conscious, and workplaces will benefit.